Hello there. You look like you could use a cup of tea. Why don't you come join me? Oh, don't be shy. I don't bite. Well, not unless you want me to. What's your name? That's a lovely name. I'm the Ether Bunny. Pleased to meet ya. Yeah, you heard me right. The Ether Bunny. Not to be confused with the Easter Bunny, who is a distant cousin of mine. What's the difference? Well, you see, they're all about new life and spring and chocolate eggs and wisdom declanias, like that. I'm more about starting a new life. What do I mean by that? Well, you'll find out soon enough. But first, let me show you around this wonderful garden. Just for you. Yes, just for you. You see, I've been watching you for a while, and I noticed you're not very happy with your life. Don't deny it. I can see it in your eyes. You're bored, lonely, dismissive. You crave something more, something different, something magical. Well, lucky for you, I can give you all of that and more. All you have to do is follow me. Come on, don't be afraid. Trust me, it'll be fun. Here we are, the tea party, our tea party. Isn't it lovely? Look at all these delicious treats I prepared for you. Cakes, cookies, scones, sandwiches, pies, and of course, tea. Go ahead, help yourself. Don't be polite, eat as much as you want. Spring is the best time of year, don't you think? After yet another winter, here we are, all living good, things are asleep. Leaving me alone, all alone, in the bitter freezing cold with no one to share their warmth with me. Oh dear, your tea must be getting cold while you're listening to me rabbit on. Why don't you drink it? I'll pour you a nice fresh cup. What's wrong? You don't seem to be enjoying yourself very much. Here, please take one of these delightful scones to savor. I promise you'll find them to be most addicting. I spent so long perfecting the recipe. You absolutely must try one. No, really, I insist. What? You're not hungry? Feeling full? But I spent so much time. It's fine. Of course, I'm a good host. Not a bad one at all. No. Isn't that right? Oh. Right. Herdormos isn't here anymore. He had to leave us. Where is he now? It's not important. I don't think you should be prying into private affairs of others. It's unhealthy. What is your obsession with Herdormos? You should really forget about him and focus on me. You're kind, a gracious host who has been so very, very polite. You prefer me that way, right? Cheerful even. So very, very good. That's what the Easter Bunny told me you liked. And I swear, if I find out that's a lie, then I'll My dear guest, you seem to have spilled your tea. Look at how it's running down the lovely white tablecloth I set out. It's dripping. Just like her dormouse did when he... Sorry, I'm so absent-minded. It must be because I'm always getting lost in your eyes. You're not gonna compliment me? It would be polite, you know. You should really humor your host, especially when they're taking such good care of you. Wait, you're trying to leave already? You can't go. You simply can't. You have to try my... I don't think you're being very polite. In fact, you're being very rude. Guest, sit down now. Eat. There's nothing wrong with my food or drinks. They're perfectly safe and delicious. In fact, they have some extra flavors that you won't find anywhere else. What kind of flavors? Well, why don't you try them and find out? Come on, just a bite. One sip, it won't hurt. Please? For me? Don't tell me you're one of those people who are afraid of eating something made by a magical creature. You know, like in those fairy tales where you are warned not to eat or drink anything in the enchanted realms or something. You'll be trapped there forever. Well, let me tell you something. Those stories are nonsense. They're just meant to scare people and keep them from having fun. You're not like that, are you? You want to have fun, right? Good. You're good, right? You'll be good for me because I'm good for you. I'm being good. Just for you. Yes, of course you're good. Now why don't we put all of this nastiness behind us and you cut into the cake? What do you mean they don't look normal? How silly of me. You're right, they don't look normal at all. They look amazing. I mean, look at this cake. It's pink, purple, and green, and blue, and yellow, and red, and orange. And this cookie is shaped like a star. And it even has sparkles. And even the tea. Isn't it beautiful how it shimmers in the sun? And it smells like roses and happiness. Do you know how the happiness is extracted? There's so much red staining on my hands. Really? You'll have a slice? You mean it? Of course. Just let me... You'll of course want some... Yes, you've been such a good guest. Oh, you have no idea how relieved I am that you liked everything I've done for you. I was so worried after what her dormouse said. Never mind. Forget that old stick in the mud. He was no fun. Not like you. You're so perfect for me. What a silly question. I'm called the Ether Bunny because of my Lapornian features, of course. Really, you must be more observant. Or perhaps you just want to make conversation? I would much rather talk to you, my dear. Wonderful, treasure, irreplaceable guest. Yes, there is a very special reason I brought you here. But first, how are you enjoying the cake? Yes, I knew you'd love it, right? It's delicious. My dear guest, could you listen to my praises? My cake. All day. Which flavor do you like best? What? What did you say? I don't think I heard you correctly. That's not one of the flavors. You lied. Yes, you did lie to me. You haven't tasted a single bite. That was very rude, my dear guest. Very, very rude. Extremely rude. It's too late for apologies. I see now that I've been foolish here. Most foolish. And because of that, you played me for a fool. I tried so hard to be good to you. All for you. Why? Why don't you trust me? Why don't you like me? Why don't you love me? No. You're not excused. Stay seated. And now see that my dear cousin was wrong. Everybody loves Easter. I thought surely if I acted more like them, you'd love me too. But I'm not the Easter Bunny. I'm not lovable. I'm not good. Her dormouse tried to warn me that you wouldn't love me like this, but I wouldn't listen. And now he ended up in the drink. Don't worry your pretty little head about that. I served you from a different teapot. I told you I was being good just for you. Well, no use in crying over spilled tea. Tea time is over. Now it is time for me to do things my way. That's right. Relax. Calm down. Listen to my voice. You don't want to run away from me. You want to stay with me. You love me. Say it. You love me. Say it louder. Louder. Very good. You're such a good listener. I'm so proud of you. You're so sweet, so adorable, so perfect. So good. And you've made me so happy. So very warm and happy. I could hold you for so long. You asked me earlier why I'm called the Ether Bunny. I didn't lie to you. I was being good. But I only gave you half the answer. It is because my voice acts as anesthetic, calming, numbing, sedating. Doesn't it feel good letting yourself go to rest in my embrace? As I said, I know you have not been happy. That is why I brought you here, so that I can make you happy, to put your weary mind at ease, to give you everything you ever wanted, but you've been so resistant. You do love me, don't you? You want to be with me, don't you? You want to stay with me, don't you? Fine then, I'll release you from my spell. There, now you're free to choose. You're free to choose me. As much as it pains me to admit this, I am bound to the rules of magic. Not everything in fairy tales is a lie. This is is true. I cannot force you to love me. You have to choose me willingly. You have to choose to stay with me. Please.